That I would tell you, and y'all just would be like, lead line. I'm looking at it. Just to date and have it different experiences. You will have experiences abroad that you will never have in the United States. Not in your lifetime. Not if you could have 1,000 births. If you could be born 1,000 times, you would not have these experiences in the United States.
That's crazy.
I don't get one look. I should really, there's a part of me, because I'm a content creator. There's a part of me. There's a person. And there's a part of me that wants to bring this. I want to bring this person on so she could tell you about my time in Mexico. Because y'all aren't going to believe me if I started telling you this shit. I got some stuff that I would tell you, and y'all just would be like,
thing.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Men, if you don't think that you're the prize in 2023, you might be cuckoo. Book a session. Guys, I got a dirty little secret. Your seed is worth over $310,000 according to some statistics. What does this mean? It means that your seed is the money, her vagina is the bank. Here in America, men are not venerated as being the prize, but all across the globe, the world knows that you are the prize. Putting your money in a worthless bank could put you back years. Understand that your seed is liquid gold. Understanding that finding the proper woman to invest in would not only bring benefits for you and her, but for years to come. But putting your seed in a worthless woman in a society and a system that does not deem you as a prize or deem you worthy to be the prize is dangerous.
I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Now let's address.
Ma'am, book a session.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm, next generation of Black America.
Ready to marry his beautiful bride-to-be. But when it came to the bride agreeing to obey her future husband, she was not having it.
To love, cherish, and to obey.
Okay. We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling.
Yep. Yeah.
What you think about that? What y'all think about that?
Who is this Kevin Samuels ass pastor? Like, I have never heard obey in wedding vows.
To be my loved ones.
To love and to obey. To love and to obey.
Yeah,
to love and to obey.
Obey what?
Obey husband.
And obey who? To love and obey.
Disgusting.
I'm like, if I'm paying all the bills, then you should at least be cooking and cleaning the house. I should come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be doing if you were single. Okay? When you get benefits from your job, I don't really get those benefits. You do. If I left right here, you would still get those benefits. I wouldn't. Your check don't come to me. So therefore, I don't give a damn about how much you work, because you was working before and you're going to be working after you met me. I don't care how much you work. A hard-working man is nothing for me, because you're going to work hard with or without me. What are you doing for me? Nothing. That's why I don't do nothing for y'all.
Oh, man, this is hilarious.
You got to be wife ready before the ring, boo. Here's why.
See, ladies, this is what you don't understand. When you guys say, oh, I'm not going to do that unless he puts a ring on it. I'm not going to do that unless that's my husband. How is this man supposed to, quote unquote, make you his wife if he doesn't know what to expect while you are his wife? Make it make sense, because you guys sit up there and say, oh, I'm putting out too much. Oh, I'm giving X, Y, and Z away and I don't even have the ring. How do you expect to get it if you're not showing that man how you're going to treat him in the future? Have a good day.
Thing. He said it's a comedy skit.
But he didn't say it was a comedy skit. I don't know that.
But I told you I wasn't. But
okay, and I let it go.
You didn't let it go.
I'm not talking about it. You are. I don't give a fuck if you was a pimp or not.
But I don't give a. You keep asking me stupid shit.
I did not.
Why do you keep
what
asking
other
me
stupid shit do I ask you? What other stupid shit do I ask you?
Bring your fucking voice down.
No, you don't talk to me like that.
Bring your voice down.
No, you don't talk to me like that.
Bring your voice down.
You're not my daddy, though.
You can leave.
You can leave.
You can leave. You can leave. There you go. No. Let her go. No. Let her go. Go ahead. Bye. Go. You go.
No.
There you go. No, you can leave. Go ahead.
Why are y'all doing this?
You good. We good. Thank you. Have a good day, sweetie.
What is going on? How did this
all right. No. It's good. There you go.
Oh my God. What in the world?
There you go.
What just happened?
It was time for her to bounce.
Oh my God. Maybe
I know that. Please, out of respect to minorities. What the fuck? Stop! I want to get another right. Air right now. You punching air, probably swinging around eating some bananas. Fucking stupid bitch. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch.
And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I want you to listen to what this Negro has to say.
Of a white guy who married a black woman with black children. And in this video, the white guy was clowning black men and saying, you think I can't raise black boys? I raise them better than y'all do.
This is type of woke shit that I'm talking about right here. that makes white men like Nick Fuentes get on the internet and be comfortable saying nigger. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is.
We got too many PhDs screaming they woke. Sleep on the land and take us off for a joke. The blacks I see, immigrants, tap dancing, nigga shit. Homie, he ain't black like me. Ancestors fought and died with no guns. You hear disrespect, they speak with a forked tongue. We march for togetherness. All we really seeing is a bunch of sellout motherfuckers round here don't tell the shit. Separate better shit. We don't fuck with it, trick them celibate. Tell it to the donkey and the elephant. Here for the benefits. Damn right, talking to you immigrants. Over here acting like you innocent. In your homeland, you don't fuck with blacks. But getting handouts and money off our tax. And we ain't getting shit but some feel-good talk. And young black men outlined in white chalk. Time to spark change, the kind folks see. Produced by Baz, inspired by Uncle D. Give black men a voice, they only Umars on Friday. And trust me, our doctor ain't voice. My people rejoice, my lyrics ain't shooting and killing the black man. Make a motherfucking choice. What niggas do for money, clown and act a fool. Wearing dresses, finessing money just for a school. Tell it to these coons on a plantation, made it a celebration. Everybody to Zoom, blizzard in the room. So bundle up, trick. It's cold outside and he ain't taking no shit. This is why they hate us. Blood run deep, a generation of traitors. They wanna see us weak, you ain't a part of the family. Cold shoulder, fuck you, black man ain't shit. I'm sure the world will love you. Head down long enough, 50 plus years, you yelling that we ain't strong enough. Took them benefits and ran with it, it's Mayday. Took the kids away and now they Pookie and Ray Ray. This is where we separate.
Word, feel me? We gotta keep our black women safe. Why you got spray pan and what's the name?
Like, you keep this shit moving, bro. We don't play like that, bro. I
No
just
cap.
see, bro. I don't give
No
a
cap,
fuck,
bro. We don't
what
play
you
like that.
talking about, my nigga? Like, look at your van, my nigga. This is some weird shit. Don't come parking around this shit, my nigga.
Word,
Nah,
some
you
other
bugging.
shit. The fuck?
Fuck you. What's the name of the block? I don't know. Bro, get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Real shit, bro. And keep it going fast, bro.
Yo, that's some crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Get it understood, cause real black men wish a motherfucker would. So buck if you want to. On the next flight, we do whatever we want to. Blizzard King coming, everybody favorite uncle.
You got niggas with degrees enabling these motherfuckers by perpetuating these lies and negativity about black men. Most of you black men don't have kids. You ain't even got no wife. 31% of y'all are married. 51% of you don't have kids, and you're not married. That's 82% of black men who ain't did shit or are doing it the right way. There's 18% of men out there with children outside of wedlock. And of that group, they are better fathers than men of other races who are married to their women. Right. You black men are outstanding. You hear me? You are winning. Fuck what these PhD ass niggas are saying. You are winning. You are doing a great fucking job, especially considering what you had to do and deal with historically. Especially that. Nobody's saying that. These lying motherfuckers, man.
Dennis Sperling. This person has been negatively targeting, well, I would say targeting black women negatively on social media. And it seems as though ever since Kevin Samuels died, he's been trying to, I don't know if he wants to be the next Kevin Samuels, if he wants to be the next person who's famous for disparaging black women and for making someone try to feel a certain way, particularly black women.
First they had Weight Watchers, now you got Hate Watchers. Let's get it. This is for my lovely young ladies like a hate. Blizzard King, then the Sperling. First, let's get the record straight. I say it online, I can say it to your face. Not a bully, I'm just mean, know what I mean, no debate. It's time to put some motherfucking knowledge on your plate. Excuse me if I'm vulgar, but a king ain't sweet like cake. Holding court, living court, ladies, you just need a taste of what we've been through. Judge will set you up for grape. And I ain't talking no more, I would not put on a cape. I do not confuse shit, we all gotta face reality. You woofing on your men like you an ape. My job is protecting black men up in this space, and also putting rude bitches back up in their place. Cross-examination, yeah, I look good to the race. Man, be a man, nigga, say it with your chest. The soft-spoken men these lovely ladies don't respect. I can care less, I do not do this for checks. I do this for my sons and the black men I invest. It's time to get what I was, ladies, gotta pay your debt. You're working with the same men who put it round our necks. You're not my sister, not my kind, you a threat. When the weather change, I hope you bitches feel dead. Let this be reminders to the ones who disrespect. We are God's chosen men. When you say Jesus, you mean us.
The only Jesus I know is him, and the one thing he don't need is a partner.
Shut the fuss, we discuss with your fuckery. Past 100 years, you ain't loving me. Who was on the front line fighting? Yeah, fuck is me. Building all them black towns? Yeah, fuck is me. Kicking riots off Michael Brown? Yeah, fuck is me. Now you wanna put us underground, not to fuck with me. Change your plans, baby, you can be replaced. Let freedom ring. No sunny white days, Martin Luther King. Single mama program chip for the simp queen. Mother goddess only gon' destroy us. It's the Blizzard King. Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King. Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King.
Say that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.
What I want to talk about today. There's this whole thing where black men are just to blame for everything. We've been hearing this conversation about, are things black men's fault? You know, we've heard some people say that if sisters act a certain way, that's the black men's fault.
Fire for your mind. Kosherclinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues, asking fathers who miss you, mama drama don't kiss you, all a part of the ritual, this is how they get you, separate the men, women, clipping babies, pretend to, damn, lovers, haters, acting like vultures, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us, if it ain't seven, it ain't kosher, if it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosherclinician. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.
There's transfers against our men. No one hasn't failed to go the past. In the meantime, guys, I'm
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, guys. Once again, hope you guys can hear me. That was an auditorial issue. If you guys can hit me, hit 1. If you guys can hear me, hit 1, please. Hit 1, please, if you can hear me. I think you guys can hear me. I think that is better. All right, so guys, we're going to get deep into it. I'm not going to play the theme song. We're 20 minutes in. And this show is important, man. It's important for a myriad of reasons. But before we get deep into it, guys, on tonight, do me a favor, share the content. I need about 5 people to share this stream because this stream is going to be life-changing for a lot of men. As you guys know, I am the kosher clinician. I am a licensed professional with a background in many streams and many areas. But all too often, guys, some talk about the need and the challenges to procure and to protect a dead and faltering black community. And women like Ebony Williams and Keke Palmer proved the point that the typical, and before I say typical, let me say shout out to all the good remnant black sisters. Shout out to the remnant sisters, the good black sisters that are behind the scene, that are striving to do the work. They're trying to be conscious of their behavior, conscious of their feelings, conscious of their emotions. So shout out to those women. Many times we don't do enough to salute solid, noteworthy black women. But we know that those women are far and few in between. And Ebony Williams and Keke Palmer are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm. And they are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm because so many women are like them. One would argue that the American woman is the prize because the system and the laws benefit the modern woman. The current system does not benefit the common man, the average man, or even the high value or high earning man. Because the laws and the system is set up to make you think, men, that you are less than and she's greater than you. But I look at things from the lens of theology. I look at things through the lens of the international circuit. And while in America it could be plausible that the modern man is not the prize and the woman is the prize, but I'm going to challenge you on tonight. Who gave the woman the power to oppress you as a man? Who gave the woman the power to take away your children? Who gave the woman the platform to castigate you, to minimize your dignity and your humanity? Who gave the woman the power to use the platform that men created to spew misandric talking points? Who gave her the power? Because once again, in the lens of reason, one will argue that the modern woman is the prize. But based on the international circuit and based on theology, while women have prize-worthy elements, one will argue that she's not the prize. She can have prize-worthy elements, but she's not the prize because the woman was made for the man. So how can something be the prize if it was made for the man? How can something be the prize when it came, or the original woman came out of the man? How can she be the prize when the woman is the glory of man and man is the glory of God? So she's not the prize. It doesn't mean that she doesn't have any prize prize-worthy elements. She doesn't definitely have prize-worthy elements. But see, the modern woman has been emboldened and empowered to look down on you. And because some of you men got low self-esteem, you haven't been raised by masculine fathers, you compromise your power in relationships. You tolerate BS. You tolerate women that would never have gotten husbands 30 or 40 or 50 years ago because in the past, men demanded more. It was expected that a woman be a woman of principle. It was expected that a woman be a woman of faith. It was expected that a woman didn't have children. It was expected that a woman remain chaste and not be ran through. But now in the modern times, because of hoflation has made average women think that they are better than you. You got women dictating the market and telling you what your worth is. Women that are post 40 like Ebony Williams don't want to be chosen by you. She want to be a partner, but she want your DNA. And men, what you don't understand is this. Your DNA is liquid gold. Your DNA is liquid gold. Because see, watch this. The seed of a man is the money. And her vagina and the egg is the bank. The bank is nothing without the money. It's nothing without the money. And while the money needs the bank in order to invest in it, the money can always go to another bank. And as Bishop Charles E. Williams says, y'all ain't gonna talk to me. But so many of you men have been minimized when it comes down to your power that you compromise your power in bad relationships. And consistent with Harriet Tubman, she said that I could have freed a lot more if they didn't already know that they were slaves. Some of you are slaves to the feelings of the women that you're dealing with. You compromise your power too much in relationships. You have thinking errors of minimization where you minimize your importance and you magnify her. But see, we've seen over and over again that in other countries, women, they value you as men. And I'm going to share something with you guys. While women overseas aren't perfect, and one will argue that they are not better, and I'm going to challenge that talking point because I will submit and say this. Women overseas are not better by default. They are not better by default because it's called the human condition. They are human. They are flawed. But I'm going to challenge that talking point once again. The thing that makes foreign women better is their socialization. And what I mean by socialization, those are the things that their ancestors have bestowed upon them. The good books say charity begins at home and goes abroad. And women in foreign countries that are mostly patriarchies, they are better than Western women. Not by default, they're not better, but they are better by conditioning because they've been conditioned to serve, respect, and honor their men. They've been conditioned not to rely on the government and to disrespect their men. They've been conditioned to see the importance of a man because they don't get handouts and other safeguards. And the problem is this, guys. If you are a 1 in America, you might be a 4 or 5 in another country. Because the average guy gets average women or above average women. But you guys are going to see on tonight that many women don't value you. They think that they're better than you. And the research proves it. But in the meantime, guys, get the likes up, donate to the channel, share this stream. It's important to share the stream, guys. Share the stream and donate to the channel, please. Donate to the channel, please. But I'm going to show you guys something because, once again, some of you guys got low self-esteem. You have been broken because you don't know the power that you have. just like she has been empowered to be depowered, means she's been emboldened to think she's better than you. You have been depowered so that you can't be empowered to know what your worth is as a man. And the more you know what your worth is as a man, then guys, you don't tolerate disrespect, and neither do you tolerate nonsense. But the question on tonight is, do you know your power and your worth as a man? Do you know the power of what lies between your legs? Do you know the power, guys, of liquid gold? And some of you men have liquid gold. You have liquid gold. You have liquid gold. But because some of you men are not disciplined, you give your genetic information over to the wrong woman. You give your power over to the wrong woman. And she used that power to control you and to destroy you as a man. Now, once again, guys, if you guys like what I'm doing, donate to this channel and donate to the stream, because if you guys know, content creation is very time consuming. It takes a lot of work to put this stuff together. So if you like what I'm doing, donate to the channel. If you don't have any money, that's fine. Just share the content, share the stream. Share the stream, guys, if you don't have any money. Share the stream. Because the research says, man, that you are the prize. But you don't know that you're the prize because you have been so browbeaten. They don't see you as a viable commodity. They don't see you as somebody worthy to be exonerated over. They don't see you as that. And that's why so many of you men keep getting subpar women. But I'm going to show you guys something based on the evidence, because the evidence don't lie. Let me show you guys something. Because the evidence says that in her head, she thinks she's better than you. And some of you men are convinced that she's better as well. Now read the story by, it says the women say that 80% of men are below average. Are women's standards just too high? And yes, their standards are just too high, men. Their standards are just too high. Because see, there was a time where subpar women or average women, they got with average men. But now average women or sub-average women want the best of the best of the best of men. And that's called hoflation. Because there was a time, guys, where, you know, average women got with average men. But see, carnal hypergamy has made the average woman think she's so much better. And carnal hypergamy has told the average woman if she don't get what she want, then she's going to sit out until she get what she can get. And what they don't understand, if average women want above average to extremely excellent men, then they're going to be sharing those men. Because top tier men don't have to settle for average women. Top tier men don't have to share their DNA with women like Ebony Williams. Top tier men are not impressed by the degrees of Ebony Williams. Top tier men are not impressed by women like Keke Palmer. Because see, Keke Palmer, even though her beta male simp is not a high earning man, but she knew that she had to get that man because Keke Palmer understood that that man has height. And sadly, because carnal hypergamy is so prevalent, women look past good men that are 5'9" or 5'8". They look past those men. They look past blue-collar workers. They look past electricians and plumbers. and truck drivers and make them have a low self-esteem. But see, men, if you will raise your standards, she will have no other choice but to lower hers. Because see, many want men like me, 6'5", blue blood, educated, 6'6", good credit. But I submit, if I was a single man, most of these women wouldn't be on my radar. They would not meet my standards, because I would never give my DNA to the typical and average woman, because they don't meet my standards. I work too hard to become who I am as a man. And I would never give my greatness to average to subpar women, because see, guys, I know and you guys know that many are not worthy of you as a man. And the research says that women, 80% say that men are below average. And I'm going to show you guys the evidence. A study by Dating OkCupid found that women find 80% of men unattractive or below average. Now think about that, guys. Think about a woman or subpar women finding you unattractive. Think about it, guys. Get the likes up, share the stream, and donate to the channel, please. Donate to the channel, please. Because I have a quota for the night, and as you guys know, as professionals, this time and this work is not for free. But I'm always grateful to the brothers that show love. So once again, share the stream and donate to the channel. But I'm going to show you guys something, and you guys tell me what y'all think. A study by Dating OkCupid found that 80% of men are unattractive or below average. I mean, sounds a little steep. As a woman, I can understand why women don't just date anyone. Oh my goodness. They don't date anyone, guys. They did their better than you. But a lot of these chicks been ran through. They've had STDs. They've had multiple deletions. But they think they're better than you. And they want hard-working to above average men to support them and love them. And some of you men, because you got low self-esteem, you fall for the damn okie doke. But as a woman myself, she said, I can understand why I just don't want to date anyone. But I can't help but question women's priorities if the standard for men is so high, and that only 20% of men can meet them. And so, guys, if she's the prize, then she won't be looking up and trying to find the top tier men, because if she was the prize, then the top tier men will be trying to find her. But see, the top tier men know that she's not the prize, because the top tier men know that they have many women like her. And the average men, if they knew what their worth was, they would ignore her, keep their head down to the grindstone, stack their money up, get their passport, go to the motherland, or go to countries where they're respected and honored as men. Because see, the American woman has beset herself. So the question are women's standards just too high? And one will argue, yes, they are too high. They are too high, and many don't deserve quality men. They are too high. And because her standards are too high, it's time for you men to raise your standards. And it's time for you men to start expecting something greater than what the modern woman is giving you. Now, this woman said, I admit, out of all the men I've encountered in my life, I probably consider dating fewer than 20% of them. Keke Palmer is no different, and so is Ebony Williams. They are no different. This isn't to say that most men didn't meet my standards. They just didn't share enough in common with me that would make it sense to consider pursuing a romantic relationship. And so 9 times out of 10, women like this got the backs blown out by them but they didn't take them serious. But see, modern women can have standards, but they don't want you to have standards. When you have standards, they'll say that, you hate women, which is foolish. Because just like she has standards, then you should have standards too. You should have standards as a man consistent with your values as a man. If you don't want a woman that's been ran through, make her take a comprehensive lie detector test. If you don't want women that have deletions, make sure you take a comprehensive lie detector test. Now, of course, she's going to call you insecure. But then you could argue that she's insecure because she's worried about how much money that you make. But like I said, the rules always change when it benefits her. The rules always change when it benefits her. The rules always change, guys. And so I believe that they would say the same for me. It's not a dig against men as people, but rather a misalignment of values and interests. I think this is true for many women. Most of my female friends in their 20s are still single and actively dating. And what that means, guys, they're getting their backs blown out. They're running up their body counts. Many of them are getting their backs blown out, and they're running up their body counts. And what it means for you, as she get closer to 30 and about to hit the damn wall, then she's going to come to you and expect you to put a ring on her finger. But see, if men would start raising their standards, she will have no other choice but to become what you need her to become. She can be the prize in her head, but unless you deem her to be your prize, then she's not the prize. Because if every woman got married today, there would still be millions of women without a husband. But some of you men, because your self-esteem is so low, you let the woman dictate the market to you instead of you dictating the market. Something is discovering that the guys are low-key a jerk, but most of the time it's just a matter of not seeing eye to eye on the type of relationship that both people want. The women I know who are in happy relationships, however, are with perfectly average guys. And she said they met their boyfriends in college or early in their careers and decided to be in relationships. They're average looking, have average careers and average lifestyles. And once again, average people in the past, guys, got with average people. But then you got women that are average to below average or slightly above average. It's hard to find a stellar woman. And these women think they're better than you. And you fall for it because once again, you were raised by your mama. Your mama told you to treat women good and love women. But you never had a father to tell you, said, boy, if she don't love you and respect you and honor you as a man, you need to let her go. And that's the problem with so many men nowadays. But this woman said these couples aren't genuinely happy. And see, that's the theme of so many modern women. You can never do enough to make them happy. They always say, I'm not happy. 70 to 80% of divorces and women with degrees, 90%, file for divorce for a myriad of reasons. And it happens many times, guys, many times what I see in practice. It's never enough. That man's good is never good enough. And that's why some of you men that are single and done the work need to focus on yourself and do the right thing. Now, here's another study, guys. A study predicts that 45% of women will be single by 2030. 45% of women will be single by 2030. And with every man to get a passport and travel to find traditional women, these women that thought they were better than men now are not better than men. These delusional women said single men are lonely, but single men are empowered. and they have been empowered to be depowered. It's estimated that 45% of women ages 25 to 44 will be single by 2030, according to a study by Morgan Stanley. With the modern dating market, nearly half of women in their childbearing years will be without a male partner or counterpart. There are a few reasons for this prediction. One, women aren't getting married young anymore. We have seen so many other options for what to do with our lives. Getting married is no longer default option. We are focused on our careers. Yes, going to grad school, our friends and staying in circle and taking time to find the right guy. So basically, guys, they don't value family in their younger years. They value hoeing around, their careers, and then once they get old, then all of a sudden, they want a man. They want a man to come to their rescue. They want you to come to their rescue. Two, we are having babies like we used to, with more options for birth control than ever before, somewhat reliable treatments for infertility. The pressure to have kids without a certain time frame just isn't there anymore. And with that pressure goes, so is the urgency to get married for the sake of starting a family. So many women are single, that is unmarried, and remain that way for the foreseeable future. And that's fine. And that's fine, because many don't want to be held accountable. Many want to have fun. They want to ride the penis carousel. And after they have all their fun and get used up by the top tier men, then they want to come and take your average behind, stress you out, give them a baby, and then 5 to 10 minutes later, divorce you and take half of what you got. Shout out to our man Top Gun 45. He said, they may be single, but they are putting up with Wilt Chamberlain numbers in the bed. Yes. I said all of that to say this. Who hurt you, Silky Black?
Hello, lucky person. You got the number right. Because you
who
are
hurt you, Silky
to
Black?
A dynamite! You're dynamite!
And consistent with Top Gun, yes, they'll say who hurt you when as a man you don't want them when they've been ran through and they're giving their best years away. We are told to be single is empowered. But once again, guys, I told you that they have been empowered to be depowered. Ebony Williams has been empowered to be depowered. Ebony Williams has taken her best years and given her virtue, her body away to multiple men. Now she wants your DNA. She wants a partnership. She don't want to be led by you. She don't want to be chosen by you. And she want to be strong and independent instead of being soft and self-sufficient until the right man come. And that's why I tell you, men, don't settle for women in the West. Because it's not a black woman issue. It's an American woman issue. White women and black women are doing this. And why at one point, I would argue that black women were the flagships of morality. But they're taking on the mantle of the same thing that the white woman has done herself. She's strong and independent and don't need no man. But don't need no man. But she wants you to come back, guys, and save the community. She wants you to come back after her titties are long. And she got kids by multiple men. She got trauma for screwing so many men. But then she want to come back and she wants you to damn put your cape on and say you are not a man if you don't save the community. Because it's her always dictating to you what the standards are instead of you dictating to her like your grandfather and your grandfather dictated what they wanted in a woman, and she had to either become or she would be by herself. You know, the basic things that any functional adult should be able to do, but I digress. She can do it all in all with little words in her own little world of man-free bliss. And without a man, she doesn't have to deal with implicit misogyny. She doesn't have to cook, clean, or care for an overgrown man-child. And guys, that's why I tell you guys, don't deal with the typical modern woman because they don't add anything of value. They don't add anything of value, guys. Focus on yourself. Get your passport. If you want you a traditional woman, travel abroad because the odds of finding a traditional woman is greater in foreign countries, guys, than here in America. Because what you guys are seeing all too often, the modern woman has beset herself and she thinks she's better than you. Now, guys, Top Gun is the only one that's giving me to on tonight. Guys, y'all show the Kosher Clinician some love. Get these likes up, guys. Donate to the channel because I'm trying to empower you men. I'm trying to tell you men that you are the prize in 2023. I'm trying to tell you men that your seed is liquid gold because it's worth over an 18-year time period, almost $400,000. So I'm trying to empower you men. And I need you guys to empower me by hitting that Cash App or hitting that like button and sharing the content or more or less the super chat. Because some of you men have been depowered based on her fickle empowerment. Now, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. We're about to go down the rabbit hole. But in the meantime, guys, hit the like button and get the likes up, guys. Hit the like button and get the likes up. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you guys, because we're about to go down the rabbit hole, man. We're about to go down the rabbit hole. We are about to go down the rabbit hole, guys. We're about to go down the rabbit hole. And you guys are going to see firsthand that Ebony Williams and Keke Palmer are both modern women. Modern women that have given their virtue away. Modern women that are ran through. And modern women, once they come to a conniption, will say, Jesus forgave me. And because Jesus forgave me, you should forgive me and take all my baggage, all my trauma, all my deletions, all my pain. And I'm going to do a show, guys, soon called Black Love Without Consent. Because you can't get black love unless you consent to what the black man wants. You can't get black love until you ask a black man what he wants. But some of these women have been so heavily indoctrinated, guys, it's a waste of your time to even deal with them. You're better off being single or stacking your money until you can get a passport and travel abroad to Africa, African nations, with the understanding that women abroad are not perfect. But in general, they're better socialized to respect you and honor you as a man. So once again, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. We're about to go down the rabbit hole. And I'm going to show you guys, once again, why you are the prize in 2023. And Ebony Williams is wrong. And so is Keke Palmer. Because, see, when you have penis discipline, guys, you don't give your DNA to the wrong woman.
I got a big ego, ha ha ha, oh such a big ego.
All right, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole, and we're going to assess, evaluate, and collaborate. If you're ready to go down the rabbit hole, hit 1. If you shared the stream, I need you to hit 1 if you shared the stream. Hit 1 if you shared the stream, guys. Share the stream, please, and hit 1. And also donate to the channel, please. Hit 1 if you shared the stream, because we're about to go down the rabbit hole, guys. I'm going to show you firsthand, based on the evidence, that you are the prize. That your seed alone makes you the prize. Because watch this. You can have babies on up till you are in your 70s or 80s. Your seed, your genetic material, is worth close to $500,000. But if you don't know how to control yourself and manage yourself, then you will allow yourself to be mesmerized by some of the machinations of the modern woman. So guys, once again, get the likes up. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole we go. This is the part of the show where we assess, examine, collaborate. All right, guys, we're about to go down the rabbit hole. I'm about to show you guys something. Because the modern woman thinks she's the prize. Ebony Williams thinks she's the prize. Ebony Williams wants your DNA. Ebony Williams wants taxation without representation. She wants a right to have your DNA, but she don't want to be under your authority as a man. Ebony Williams will call you a misogynist because they call you an overgrown man-child. And that's why, guys, the more you ignore them, the more you focus on yourself, and the more you become like water, guys. The more you become like water, nothing they say matters to you. Nothing they say, guys, matters to you.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees.
So the prize, guys, we're going to look at who's the prize, who's the real prize, and we're about to see it firsthand. Hold tight.
Speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, Now see, women like Ebony Williams, guys, think she's the prize. She thinks she can dictate to you what your worth is as a man. And women like Ebony Williams don't understand the power of masculinity, because Ebony Williams is a broken woman. She's a woman that never had her father, and she's a woman that don't understand how men think and also what men want. So never listen to women like Ebony Williams, guys. Never listen to women like Ebony Williams, because you have more value and more power than you realize. Position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum.
Now you notice, guys, Ebony Williams said, she said across the color spectrum. She said across the color spectrum. And see, guys, women like Ebony Williams, they don't want you to date outside your race. But see, the pro-black feminist, guys, she can date white men, but she'll say you're a race traitor if you date women outside your race. And that's the hypocrisy. Ebony Williams don't want a bus driver,
But Ebony Williams, guys, I promise you, has been ran through, like so many. And that's why they don't like these conversations that we're having as men.
Spectrum, trust me, I've done them all. They are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the...
Now, guys, ask yourself the question. Ask yourself the question, what am I protecting and providing for? Am I getting a chaste woman? Am I getting a woman with a body count under 5? Am I getting a woman that don't have any deletions? Or am I getting a woman that don't have kids? But Ebony Williams said, y'all not good enough to protect her. It's always the random ones, guys, that got the highest demands, man. I hear you, Cortez. I say 5. Well, listen, 5 is perfect for this damn day and age. 5 is perfect. I mean, ideally 5 is perfect. But we know it's hard to find, man. You can find one that been under 5. That's a damn good woman. But Ebony Williams probably had at least about 30 to 40, man, or more. But Ebony Williams said she wants you to protect the black community. She wants your DNA.
Resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
Now let's address...
Ma'am, book a session.
And guys, that's a sign of mental illness where subpar women or average women like Ebony Williams think because she got her doctorate, her master's, and her bachelor's, her doctorate, she thinks she's better than you. God, y'all get these likes up, man. Y'all gotta donate to the channel, man. Come on, homies, man. Y'all gotta show some love, man. Damn, y'all ain't donate to the channel tonight, man. Donate to the channel, man. But guys, that's delusional, man. That's delusional, man. And they be sitting up in their damn room laughing to themselves, thinking they deserve a good man because they got ego syntonia. And they laugh at you because you too stupid to accept what these fools are trying to give you.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that.
Then listen, guys, single motherhood by choice. This selfish woman wants single motherhood by choice, dissolving a man of having a boy, of having a father in his life, dissolving a little girl of having the tutelage of a father, which is highly selfish and highly misandric. But some of you men with low self-esteem, some of you men, you settle for women like Ebony Williams. You don't love yourself enough, so you settle for women like Ebony Williams. Single motherhood by choice. But these are the same damn women that blame the community when things are in turmoil. They'll tell you to come back and mentor these bastard kids that they made. Bastards don't have fathers and father leadership. But some of these goofy people talking about damn saving a community. Save the community. Shout out to my man Top Gun for the 2. Someone screw her up like JR did. JR did to the people.
Hello, lucky person. You got the number right, cause you are talking to Kid a Dynamite! Pure Dynamite!
Act can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships.
And guys, that's a sign of mental illness. It's a cognitive disorder, cognitive distortion called minimization. It's the minimization of masculinity. And there's a lot of women just like Ebony Williams that want your DNA, but don't want your leadership. So guys, that's why you gotta let it crash and burn. You gotta let it crash and burn. We are in the last days, I believe, because these women are getting more and more delusional. The same women that say we need to help our kids and help our community, saying they're damn single parent by choice. A broad that's 40 years old or under 40 years old don't want the leadership of a damn man, but want his DNA and talking about they want the best of the best. And that's why the passport movement is so powerful, because men are traveling abroad getting superior women, superior femininity, and superior women that know how to respect men. We understand that women abroad are not perfect. They are not perfect overseas. But you get a better product abroad than women like Ebony Williams. So men, you are the prize. Because if a woman is a one, she can only get a man that's a one. But if that man is a one, don't want that one, then that woman will never have a man. So you are the prize, gentlemen. And the more you realize that you are the prize, you'll never keep tolerating damn pigeon-ish. Because what this woman is doing, guys, is a byproduct of pigeon-ish.
Flies eat poop. Get over it. Okay? That's for you.
Shut up, Kosher. Shut up. Shut up, Kosher. Take it back.
That do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that
this is what this selfish woman guy said, that do not serve us and not in our best interests. But they wonder why black men are getting passports. Our best interest. Now remember what I said earlier, guys. The woman was made for the man. The man was never made for the woman. The woman was made for the man. If the woman was made for the man, then the woman should be serving the man. And the man on the back end will serve the woman. That's why, guys, I said that you cannot have a black community where the women don't serve their men on the front end and the men protect their community on the back end and teach the boys to protect and to love their women. But the modern woman is so selfish and narcissistic, guys. It's nothing you can do to change her but by checking out and focusing on yourself. Because they're not pro-black community, they are pro-black woman first. And if you get dealing with women that are pro-black woman first, they don't mean or damn add anything of value to your life.
bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality.
Oh, no, Ebony Williams, no, sweetie, you don't get to do the choosing. You can't get no semen. You can't get no semen unless a black man decides to give it to you. You can't get no semen unless a black man decides to give it to you. But see, guys, this is what happened. Women like Ebony Williams have got so many worms that it's messed her brain up. Women like Ebony Williams got so many semen demons that it's messed her brain up to the point that she thinks she's better than you. And it's a shame, guys.
Of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on.
Remember, guys, if she's the prize, why does she want your semen? If she's the prize. And while she has an unlimited amount of eggs, your semen is very important, but she's the prize. And she wants the top tier of men. So instead of her becoming your prize, she wants you to submit to her and become her prize. And that's a problem. And once again, guys, when you travel abroad, you know what your power is. Donate to the channel, guys, and get the likes up because you guys have more power than you realize.
So I would tell you, hey, y'all just would be like, lead line. I'm looking at it. Just to date and have it different experiences. You will have experiences abroad that you will never have in the United States. Not in your lifetime. Not if you could have 1,000 births. If you could be born 1,000 times, you would not have these experiences in the United States.
That's crazy.
I don't get one look. You know, I should really, there's a part of me, because I'm a content creator. There's a part of me, there's a person, and there's a part of me that wants to bring this, I want to bring this person on so she could tell you about my time in Mexico, because y'all aren't going to believe me if I started telling you this shit. I got some stuff that I would tell you, and y'all just would be like,
all right, guys, that's the truth. Guys, do me a favor. I got a quota and a plan for the night, guys. Donate to the channel and get the likes up. Share this stream, please. Share this stream because there's some young men that need to hear it. There's some young men, guys, that need to hear it. So let's get the quota for the night because you guys know that content creation is time consuming.
This aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall.
And look at how men debase themselves by giving their semen away to women like Ebony Williams. You will be a fool to give your DNA away. Your DNA is the most important thing about you as a man. But this woman wants your DNA. She want to replicate your ancestry. She want to replicate your people. She want to replicate your grandmother and your grandfather and your father. But she don't want the honor of respecting you and taking your damn last name. But you give your seed away to this highly misandric woman. You give your seed away. You give your DNA away. And so many men give their seed away to the wrong women. Because once again, your seed is the money. Her vagina is the bank. The bank is nothing without the money. And while the money and the bank need one another, the money can always go to another bank. And the bank that we need to talk about, guys, is the banks overseas, international banks that you can put your money in. International banks that you can put your semen in. International women that can replicate your image and replicate what you want as a man. Not women like Ebony Williams that disrespect honor and disrespect order.
But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number one, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of Black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number two, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable Black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for Black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for what...
So once again, guys, that proves our point. They give their virtue away in their 40s, focuses on careers, and that's their right to focus on their career. But it's also your right when they get old and ran through to say, I don't want you for my wife. You can be somebody to play with, but you can't be my wife. Because if you've done the work, guys, and you work hard to become the man that you are, don't settle for women like Ebony Williams or Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer got a lesser man, but she got his DNA because that man is tall. But Keke Palmer thinks she's better than her boyfriend. And women like Ebony Williams think she's better than you. And that should never happen. Guys, we got $7 on the night. Let's get it up. Let's get it up higher than that. We all got goals. I got a goal on the night, guys. And so once again, guys, donate to the channel. Because it takes time to put these shows together, guys. So I appreciate it because, as you guys know, time is not free. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
They have a reason. What a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question.
Once again, guys, your sperm, I just got an epiphany. Your sperm is the money. Her vagina is the bank. She wants your sperm to put it in her bank, which is the vagina. And she goes to the cryobank to get your seed. That's how powerful, guys, your seed is. I would never give a woman like damn Ebony Williams the right to have my seed, to carry my image in her toxic womb. A woman like Ebony Williams would never get my seed because my seed is a reflection of my mother, my father, my ancestors. And me and you got to start using penis discipline and stop giving your seed away.
Or even indict the decision that I and many other Black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many Black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Ready to marry his beautiful bride-to-be. But when it came to the bride agreeing to obey her future husband, she was not having it.
To love?
To love.
And guys, I've done this before in the past. Because these women ain't going, they say, I ain't obeying no man. they don't want to honor, and obey. And they don't understand obedience means order. Where there's no order, there's chaos. Without order, there's chaos. Where there's chaos, there's lawlessness. And we have a chaotic environment without fathers because the typical American woman don't want respect and she don't want to follow male leadership.
Cherish. And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling.
Yep. Yeah. What you think about that? What y'all think about that?
Who is this Kevin Samuels ass pastor? Like, I have never.
And see, guys, that's why I said, that's why the thing I disagree with Kevin when he was alive I didn't believe that men should come back to America to save women in the West. I've always believed that men should travel abroad because you guys are seeing over and over and over again that in general, they're finding the typical quality woman is slim to none. The typical traditional woman is hard to find. These women are very bellicose, they're warlike. They don't have any feminine decorum. But they want you to save them after they've given their virtue away, done everything they damn want them to do. Imagine if your grandmother came to your grandfather with damn 10, 20, 30, 40 bodies, 50 bodies, 100 bodies. You can't even get a woman a value anymore. You can't even get a woman with a low body count. But then they want to damn tell you how to be a man. They'll tell you what your job is as a man. But yet when you ask them what their job is as a woman, then they have no response.
Never heard obey in wedding vows.
To be my loved ones.
To love and to obey. To
What?
love and to obey. Yes, to love and to obey.
Obey what?
Obey your
And
husband.
obey who?
Now, we know this guy perhaps at some point is going to use this woman for a green card. But can you imagine a woman old? This woman is every bit over 50 years old and fat. This chick is old and fat, got kids. She can't give this man a seat, and he settled for this old barren woman. She don't want to obey because they don't understand obedience. They always look at obedience in a negative lens, not understanding that all people obey. Men have to obey. All people have to obey because that's the law. We have to obey the laws. The gospel said, women, wives, obey your husbands. But the modern woman obeys no one but herself. And that's why men, you should never marry the typical modern woman because they're not worthy of your time, they're not worthy of your love, and they are not worthy of your protection. You will be a fool to cast your pearls to swine.
To love and obey.
Disgusting. And I'm like, if I'm paying all the bills, then you should at least be cooking.
Shout out to Peaceful Life.
I should come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be.
And guys, that's why what this fool don't understand. She said you will be paying the bills. But yeah, you're paying the bills for yourself. He's not paying the bills for you, heifer. Because when you come into this man's life, you become a greater bill and you become a greater liability and you become a greater distraction instead of becoming an asset to that man. But this woman, guy, say you will be paying the bills anyway. This bonnet wearing heifer say you got to pay the bills. You gonna pay the bills anyway, guys. You're gonna pay the bills anyway. But remember, the woman was made for you. But the modern woman, guys, is not worth your time, guys. You guys have seen it firsthand.
Be doing if you were single. Okay? When you get benefits from your job, I don't really get those benefits. You do. If I left right here, you would still get those benefits. I wouldn't. Your check don't come to me. So therefore, I don't give a damn about how much you work. Because you was working before and you're going to be working after you met me. I don't care how much you work. A hardworking man is nothing for me. Because you're going to...
So based on that logic, if I was already working before I met you, then why do I need you if you're going to be a liability? Why do I need you if you're not going to add to my life? Why do I need you if you're are more or less the epitome of a low-value woman. So once again, guys, ask yourself the question, who's the prize? Is the modern woman the prize, like this bonnet-wearing woman, or are you the prize? One will argue, guys, that you are the prize. You're not the prize in America because of the laws, perhaps, but you are the prize based on the word of God and based on international standards. You are the prize.
Work hard with or without me. What are you doing for me? Nothing. That's why I don't do nothing for y'all.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
You gotta be wife ready before the ring, boo.
And you know what? Shout out to Peaceful Life. It is hilarious. It's hilarious, guys. Because they're so damn crazy. It's very hilarious.
Girl, yes. Okay now, baby. Okay? Girl, yes. Okay now, baby.
Them most sassy modern black women that say, girl, yes.
Here's why.
See, ladies, this is what you don't understand. When you guys say, oh, I'm not going to do that unless he puts a ring on it. I'm not going to do that unless that's my husband. How is this man supposed to, quote unquote, make you his wife if he doesn't know what to expect while you are his wife? Make it make sense, because you guys sit up there and say, oh, I'm putting out too much. Oh, I'm giving X, Y, and Z away and I don't even have the ring. How do you expect to get it if you're not?
And see, guys, women years ago knew if they wanted to be a wife, they just did certain things like cook for a man, be kind to a man. They just did little things because it was just part of being human. No more than what men would do in the past. They would take that woman to dinner, hold the door open, and do kind things because he was courting that woman, or that woman was a potential wife. But these women have removed themselves so far from yesterday's, guys. If I was a single man, I would stay damn single. I would never deal with the typical modern woman. I wouldn't even look at them. I would not even look at them, guys. I wouldn't even look at them. Because they don't add anything of value to my life or your life.
Showing that man how you're going to treat him in the future. Have a good day.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interest.
And guys, they don't want a marriage. They want a partnership. They want a partners. They want partners. They want to dictate to you how you should move as a man. It's sad, man. And pathetic. So guys, shout out to Media Man. Shout out to Media Man and Bella Rings. Shout out to Media Man and Bella Rings. And guys, this is going to tell the story a little bit. Hold tight. And you guys are going to see how delusional these women are and why men are checking out. Hold tight.
Have a good day.
Black women are a hood. Well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being.
And God, this is goddess worship. This is goddess worship. This is the aggrandizement of the divine feminine. Is placing themselves above order, which is the spirit of the Antichrist. And guys, you will be a fool. You will be a fool to see women like Ebony Williams or any other woman as a potential mate or a potential wife. You would be a fool.
Chose because now we get to do the choosing.
Get into this Ebony K. Williams video.
Shout out to Media Man once again for this clip with Bella Rings and family values. Well, listen.
Yeah, this disturbed me. I was like, wow. And the funny thing is, she knew that this video would be received poorly. She turned the comments off under, the post because she didn't want anybody to talk about it. But we got a hold of it, and here we go. So chat, get ready for this. We're going to watch the whole full 3 minutes. So here we go.
Ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of Black sperm. Because most Black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want Black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition.
Guys, shout out to the Professional 238. I appreciate that, dear brother. Thank you, Professional 238, for the $10 cash out. And Professional 238, you are the #1 sponsor of this stream, brother. Thank you for the 10, man. I appreciate it, brother. You are the #1 sponsor for this stream. Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
It's the money.
Definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of Black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my.
So real quick, that was funny to me. I just pictured her having 2 vials of sperm in her purse.
God, this brawl is pathetic. She's pathetic as a woman. And this woman, she's pathetic, man. She's pathetic, man. You got sperm in a vial, instead of having a man to be over you, to cover you and to love you, but you want to have power over the man, and you've been empowered to be depowered, that you can't respect authority and respect a masculine man. And that's why I'm telling you, young men that are single, don't marry none of these chicks, man, because they don't add anything of value to you as a man. They don't add anything of value.
Don't laugh at me, y'all, but it's just funny. When she said that, I was able to secure 2 vials of sperm. All right, let's continue. I'm stupid. Here we go.
My journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single Black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of Black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. And number 2, be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable black sperm. Register with all 4 of the cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I use.
So this heifer said, guys, desirable black sperm. You see, do you guys see? You guys see where I'm going at, right? They think that they are better than you. They're not better than you, but they think they're better than you. Remember, you gave them the power. The government gave them the power. You created the infrastructure and the platforms that they disrespect you on. They need your DNA to replicate themselves, because women like Ebony Williams, in a couple of years, she's going to be dried up unless you freeze her eggs. But once again, guys, she says she's the prize. Don't you guys know, some of you brothers, or many of you brothers, including me myself, at 6'5", 6'6", I got superior height. And don't you know, guys, that some woman would love to have my DNA? They would love to have this DNA, this kosher DNA.
Fire for your
They would love to have
mind.
this kosher DNA, guys.
The kosher clinician.
My sperm cell be flying up that stream, guys, saying fire for your mind. But Ebony Williams wants your DNA, but she don't want to submit to your authority as a man. And that's why, guys, I told you, do not marry the typical woman in the West, white or black. We know that there are a few good sisters out here, but they're damn few and far in between, because they have not been raised to be wives, and they have not been raised to respect and honor you as a man.
Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex. Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use them anytime soon, trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question.
You would talk, a lot of these chick guys got all the sperm they needed when they were in college. They got plenty of semen in college. They should have saved. They should have saved some of that semen when they were in college. Because they got plenty of them from Dexter and Chorinzo. Dexter and Chorinzo, they got plenty of semen in college.
Or even indict the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own. Children that will one day, no doubt, enrich and contribute to the next generation of Black America.
Okay. All right, real quick, some statistics here. So before I get y'all's take on this, what she was talking about, those cryobanks in Seattle and California, less than 2% of black sperm donors are represented at our nation's 4 largest cryobanks. Sadly, only 12 are black as of October 11th. The waiting list for a white donor at the California Cryobank is typically 3 months compared to black donors who wait up to 18 months. So that's why she was saying that she had to secure sperm because she got lucky or whatever. So, hold on real quick. Anybody want to start? Go ahead, Bella.
I just wanted to say this before I forget. When she said she secured 2 vials of black sperm, I thought of the Little Rascals and Buckwheat when he said he had a pickle. I got 2 pickles. That's how she looked. I get 2. Okay. But I think it's ridiculous. I absolutely think it's utterly ridiculous and delusional. I've got one and one on the way,
And she's very delusional. And shout out to Bella Rings for doing it the right way. Shout out to Bella Rings for doing it the right way. Because sisters like Bella Rings is far and few between. Bella Rings got married and had her kids. And she got another one on the way. But at least she had her kids within the confines of marriage. But this pathetic woman won't show DNA in old age. Make it make sense, guys.
As she got multiples. Jenna's got multiples. But having a newborn is work in of itself. And then as they grow, as they crawl, you need help. And it's best to, for a father to be in the home, the father of the child to be in the home. And I just think they're not women who make the decision to be the decision.
But once again, guys, they want a black community, but they want to be single mothers by choice. The professional women are doing it, and the working class and low class women are doing it. But they want a black community. They want your semen because they want to continue to live their lives out into perpetuity, not giving their child their identity and the protection of their father. But they damn talking about a black community, not understanding systems theory. And I told you guys, the problem with the typical modern black woman is this. The typical modern black woman thinks that she's greater than the system. And that's why she don't respect black men in general. She don't respect the greater black collective because she thinks she's better than you.
To become a single mother, I think it's selfish, and they're not necessarily thinking about the child's future. You're purposefully bringing in a child into a single parent home, and we already know the statistics and things about that. The child more than likely may not receive all the emotional support needed. They may not see, how the feminine and masculine works. They may not learn how to control their emotions, and just so many different things that contribute to a productive adult in society. And I'm not saying people who, grew up in single parent homes, aren't productive members of society. But what I'm saying is they're literally making the choice to just get a stranger's sperm and make a baby, rather than putting in the work to actually work with a man who, wants to give you children and wants to marry you, and then actually have a true family structure and dynamic. I think in today's society, especially within the Black community, there's so many homes where women are just the head of the household, but there's no actual leaders. And so that's where the family breaks down. There's just, households, but there's no families. And I just think this is just completely selfish. I think it's delusional. I think it's disingenuous, and it's just crazy. It really is. And desperate as well.
And if I could add, I have two.
Well, he's trying to
talk.
Muted me.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. No, just real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all family values cook in a second. But these are the types of things that guys like Dr. Umar don't see, and that's my whole issue with his argument. And I've said this multiple times.
Well, we know Dr. Umar, guys, is a panderer, and we know Umar is a fraud, man. We know Umar is a panderer and a fraud. So Umar does what's beneficial for his pockets.
I support Dr. Umar. I've actually donated to his school back in the day in 2014. Did all that. But he needs to get outside of that box of saying Queen Mother Goddess and start listening to what's going on in these streets, particularly with, this is an older woman. Ebony K is about to be 40 years old. And she's And like Kevin C said, seems like an infomercial for women to go get sperm. And she was saying it like, if you see some sperm that you like, what? Like, what? Go ahead, family values. Y'all got it.
It breaks my heart to hear this, because there are really many Black women out here that are eating this up and that are choosing that kind of lifestyle and think that it's empowering, when in reality, all they're doing is promoting degeneracy, because single mother parents.
Once again, guys, they have been empowered to be depowered. And over and over again, they've proven that because they got so much baggage. Many have been ran through. And it's not even wasting your time, guys, to make these type of women your wife. They will cause you more chaos than causing you joy and pain. And you guys are going to see firsthand. The show tomorrow going to prove my talking points that single mother degeneracy leads to where there's no order, there's chaos. Where there's chaos, there's lawlessness. And you're seeing the firsthand.
Parents do not produce well-rounded children. I came from a single parent home, and I had a lot of emotional issues that I had to get over. And they don't realize the brokenness that they're choosing for their babies. They only love themselves. They don't love their future children. That's what that says. You're willing to put yourself first ahead of that child. And that's how that life for that child is going to be from then on. It's going to be all about you and what makes you look good. I have a kid now. This is just an accessory for her at that point, if you don't want to give that child a father. And then another point she had made, we get to choose now. Yeah. Ma'am, you're not choosing. Choosing is getting married. They're saying, is anyone married? Are you getting married? Because what you're doing is choosing the men you get to sleep with. And I mean, of course, you'll have plenty to choose from in that situation. And they're acting like they're empowered. When you get chosen, it means to be chosen for marriage. It means a man is giving his life to you. So you're not doing anything. You're not empowering anything. All you're doing is degrading women further and breaking children.
Yeah. Well, I wonder too, just to add to that, when she talks about picking vials of black men's sperm, do they get a picture of the man?
Yeah, it's very extensive. You get a background. Some guys, I think you have the option to give you a picture, but typically they just give you a background, like education, what type of family you grew up in. Does anybody in your family have any chronic diseases? They get it's like a resume, so to speak. Yeah, I remember I was in school, we had to look at one. But yeah, it's pretty extensive, and some guys, they have pictures or whatever, or they'll describe how the man looks, dark hair, whatever, does anybody in your family recede, things of that nature. So go ahead.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said a lot. So I'm gonna let our pain cook.
Well, first of all, I don't see how what you said is not misandry. Somebody's mic is open.
Shout out to my man Fawcett Media, showing love, guys. Fawcett Media is one of the top content creators in YouTube. I got to call Fawcett. Thank you, Fawcett. Always showing love. Thank you, brother. Fawcett Media is killing the game. And Fawcett Media, you are the #1 sponsor of this stream for your $20 cash app. Thank you, Fawcett Media. Thank you, sir. #1 sponsor of the stream. Thank you, sir.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
So, I mean, it's misandry, it's disingenuous, and it's self-serving. Because one of the things that's really dangerous about her message is that she has money to support a kid one way or another. But all the ladies who are listening to her don't have no such support structure. We already have a plethora of women who have kids out of wedlock with nobody backing them up. Section 8, and women take every kind of message like this as empowerment. It's a dangerous message. And first of all, there's no way a man can get.
And guys, what you guys are seeing manifest is bona fide misandry. It's bona fide misandry. That's what it is. It's the absolvement of the leadership, order, and guidance of the Father over the community. And once again, guys, they don't want you to control them. They want to control you. And also, guys, they don't want to be accountable.
Shut up, kosher. Shut up. Shut up, kosher. Take it back. Shut up. Shut up, kosher. Shut up.
On here and say anything as crazy as what she just said, right? The other thing is there's no shortage of black sperm. There's a shortage of black sperm donors, and that's mostly because the cryo centers are gypping you by trying to give you $75.
Yeah.
If your sperm is worth $2,000 a pop, they need to make a better deal with the men, and the men will go in there and donate.
Real quick, the lead attorney actually spoke on this a while back, where he was like, "Man, yeah, if you're gonna pay us for it, then we'll give you our sperm." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
$5,000. Pay up.
Exactly.
My bad, RP.
No, but go ahead, because they're charging these women like $5,000 or so a vow. If it's that important, don't be offering me $75 and you selling it for a markup like it's popcorn, right? So she's disingenuous there as well. But it's just such a dangerous message because she is upset that she didn't understand her own hypergamy. Like there's something wrong with that, her not having a whole pool of men that would choose her. The higher you get up on the food chain, the less men that's above you there's going to be, black, white, or indifferent. And she's up there, right? But men who get up there have no issue with marrying a bus driver who's a woman.
Yeah, and we talked about that, her issue, and I think a lot of high-earning women put parameters on their own or relationship options because they do deal in hypergamy. She's making $3 million a year, $1 million, $3 million a year. She wants a guy at that level. And it seems like she's not content with waiting to find that guy.
But what she don't understand, guys, is this. What she don't understand is this. Men at that level that are masculine men, got money and status and access to the best women, why would they want an old woman like Ebony Williams? I'm sure she's been ran through and has several deletions, perhaps, or none at all. But why would a man settle for a woman like Ebony Williams if he's a high value man, a high earning man, where he can get a younger woman? These women are highly delusional. Highly delusional.
Guy, because she's spreading messages like this. So she's upset that those guys aren't, courting her. And that's the problem with her. My thing is, if you're going to put that parameter on yourself and you say, hey, I'm only going to date a man who makes $1 million because I make $1 million, be content with that. Don't bring your hate and vitriol onto the social media market and trying to influence younger women to do what you're doing. Be okay with your decisions and move forward. If you don't get it, you have to be okay with living with that decision because you made it. You decided to do that. So go ahead, Arpain.
You're right on point. That's what I was going to say. One of the things is that men at that level, if I had a choice, I wouldn't choose her because her mentality is already broken.
Sheesh.
So I wouldn't choose her anyway. So the other thing I was going to say is that, it's just a bad, she wanted to go viral again. From the bus driver comment, she went viral, so she wanted to go viral again. And so now she found another way to go viral, and we can. This clip is going to be everywhere in a little while, right? This is the first time I heard it, but it's going to be everywhere. It's bad. It's just disingenuous, and she should be called to task on what she said. Even if she means it, it should be put in a context that if you feel that way and you want to say this, there should be some reprisal, and that's why she cut off the comments because. Yeah. But let me land it there.
Go ahead, Jason and Jenna, you got it.
Honestly, I personally think that any woman that is following what she is saying, I think that there's a lot of traumatic stress there. I think there's a lot of trauma that they haven't unpacked yet. Being raised by a single mother, there is a lot of emotional damage growing up with not having a father figure in the house or having your father in the house. So for her to say, like, go out and, let's continue making single parents in the future, it's not a good look for her. It's not a good look for our culture. I think people.
God, some of it is trauma, but a lot of it is just rebellion. It ain't all no. It's just rebellion. It's rebellion, and a lot of it is liberal indoctrination. Is some of it trauma? Yes. But some of it's rebellion and liberal indoctrination. Shout out to my man Deluxe for the 5. He said most modern women don't need no sperm bait. Just check the crevices of those guts for some leftover residue. Fire for your mind. The kosher clinician. And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. If many of them go back to college, all they got to do is scrape their uterus to get some of that semen from the college days, man.
Need to really think about what they're doing and what they're saying to others that are vulnerable, and be logical about what they're saying, and don't just say it for views, and don't just say it because it happened to you. It doesn't mean it's going to happen to the next person. Why not use what you went through, use your trauma, and help elevate the next Black person that is listening to what you're saying instead of trying to bring them down to your level. In my personal opinion.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. Jason, you got anything?
I think sometimes you have to let the grenades blow up. Like, I feel like she's a grenade, and you can see where her trail is going to end. Unfortunately, she's going to take some people with her too, but it'll be a cautionary tale on why family is important and why, if you're hurt, you shouldn't try to bring that out on other people too, just to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, and I get your point. Yeah, the grenade thing, but this stuff, I think it is necessary to be highlighted because of the issues that we have with me trying to change the Black community's way of thinking about how many Black men have children. With me knowing the stats say only 46% of Black men have ever fathered children, and that's pretty much across the board with all races of men. But for some odd reason, we have an issue with understanding that's how it is in the Black community. And that's the reason, one of the main reasons why I'm here, to help people understand that the majority of Black men are doing what they're supposed to do. And especially with this whole, child and trying to get pregnant through sperm banks and things of that nature. I'm currently working on a study that I'm going to present to you all here in a second. I actually requested some information from the National Family Growth Center. Let me show y'all something real quick. This may be something that y'all are interested in. So,
they know media, man, but they want to continue to live to the old negative stereotypes about Black men. That's what it is. They know, but they want to live to the old negative stereotypes.
1 second. Let me see how I can pull this up. My bad, y'all. I'm still working this out. So recently, and I know a lot of guys have been asking me to do this. So we all know that 46% of Black men have children, right? But people are asking me how many of those 46% of Black men have fathered children with multiple women. I have those numbers. The only thing wrong is that these numbers are from 2002. So if you look here, it says 32% of non-Hispanic Black men have multiple partner fertility. and it's more prevalent in African Americans, from 15 to 44. These are the numbers that I looked at and I used for my study in regards to how many black men have ever fathered children. So this is from 2002. I'm not a fan of using old statistical research points. So I actually requested, I emailed them, I put my credentials in there, and hopefully they get back to me so I can get something more current in regards to the numbers, so we can actually break this down and we can see how many black men out of that 46% have fathered multiple children. And I also asked them to do it by race. So yes, and I also grabbed the numbers from 2021. You have to actually request these numbers, so y'all getting a little bit of insight on what I do, for work. But this is from 2021, and this is the population in the black community. It breaks it down by age. So what I'm going to do is use 15 to 49, and I'm going to get the numbers where the births are most prevalent, or when men father their children. So this is going to be coming up soon, and this is going to be something that you guys should be interested in, because basically what it's going to do is it's going to pigeonhole where all of our children are coming from and why we have so many children out of wedlock. And I'm going to tell you right now, just by looking at the 32% of black men who have fathered children with multiple women, that number is low compared to how many black men are fathering all those children. So this is going to be a very informative and extensive research point that I'm actually taking on. And when they send me these numbers, you guys will be the first to know. And the reason why I pointed that out is because Ebony K. Williams is promoting the single motherhood, by choice. And I also requested numbers to see how many black women have mothered children through sperm banks. That takes that number down even further, right? So if you know that 46% of black men only have fathered children, 33% of black men are married, what does that tell you? It's a small percentage of black men that are creating all of these children out of wedlock. And not only that, there are 1.5 million more black women who have children with.
And once again, guys, what is proven is what I said earlier. If black women say, or of American women say, that the average man is below average, and they said that the average man is below average, guys, what that tells you is they give their body to the top 20% of men. Ebony Williams has proven our point. She wants the best sperm. So you got 70 to 60% of men that don't even have access to some of these ran through women. So when people say black men are not taking care of kids, it's a lie. It's only a percentage of men that's causing the debauchery. Shout out to my man Salty Balls for the 10. He said, nut harvesting. Nut harvesting 2 and 2. Beware, brethren, thy succubus seeks to harvest your life force from your loins to thy nuts. Rebuke this she-heathen, and she seeks to perform a ritualistic sacrificial seance. And that's a deal, right? Appreciate it.
Right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
And you know what? You're right, Salty Balls. Some are using that for witchcraft. You're right. I won't deny that, brother. You are correct, brother. These women are horrible, man.
Other races of men. That takes it down even further. That's why I'm here, right? I'm gonna crunch the numbers, so y'all ain't got to do it. It's gonna take me a while, but I'm damn sure make sure y'all gonna compensate me for it. But yeah, it's gonna take some time, but I'm up to the challenge. But this is gonna be a groundbreaker, and I'm happy to do it, particularly because of Ebony K. Williams saying that she's encouraging more black women to be, single mothers by choice. And I'm also going to tag Dr. Umar in this because he doesn't believe that our women are doing certain things like this. And it's sad where we can have a conversation in good faith when we actually see a woman who has a platform, and like R. Payne said, unfortunately, she's going to take some women with her, and that's the problem, right? Some women are going to listen to this woman and be like, you know what? That is something that I need to do, and maybe putting themselves into financial debt, because getting sperm and acquiring it and keeping it in a cryo bank, that takes a lot of money. And Lord, it's my goodness. Well, we in some tough times. So hopefully I can present this in the best way possible in the future so we can help educate our women. This is not the way to go in regards to trying to have your family, because you are not going to be desirable in the dating market if you come out there with the kid that doesn't have a father, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough for you to find a husband. So you better be okay with being single. And I think that's what she's pushing. Y'all, I mean, what do y'all think? So, I mean, that's what I think that's what she's saying. We just going to be single and raise these kids by ourselves. I'm not looking for a husband. And it's really nothing I personally can do, because I have a tough time getting across to these women who think like this. But I don't know. It's going to be tough. So we'll see.
And then I got a...
All right, guys, this is Carnell Smith. Carnell Smith, he is the paternity coach, and he's proven why your seed is important, and your sperm is liquid gold.
Another phone call. You're like, man, you gotta stop answering the phone. But what happened with this next phone call is the ex-girlfriend says, I've been having a conversation with my girlfriends and you don't pay me enough child support. What?
Remember, guys, if she was the prize, why does she need child support from you? If she was the prize, why does she need your money? You're the prize. And she should have been the prize for you. But sadly, you can't get in these modern women.
WTB? Or in some people's mind, WTF, or whatever that means to you. She said that you don't pay me enough. And I'm like, why would that matter to me about what your girlfriends think? I'm paying for a college fund for your child. I'm paying you support directly. I'm maintaining additional expenses. I'm helping for all of the extracurricular activities. What do you mean I'm not paying you enough money? Well, coincidentally, she just bought herself a new house and a new car. Oh, okay. All right, now I get it. You need more money. And somehow I'm supposed to make up the shortfall for your spending habits. I frankly don't agree. I said, if you think you can get more, take me to court. And sure enough, and a few months later, I get a sheriff at my door on Christmas. My wife at that time was a few weeks away from delivering our first child. And that scene was so disturbing that it caused my wife to have a panic attack and forced her into early labor. I got served with a child support lawsuit with a demand that was going to increase my support payment probably an extra $2,000 a month. And I was like, she's out of her freaking mind. I was like, there's no way that a court will make me pay that after they see what I'm already doing. Little did I know, the court frankly didn't give a flying flip about what I was already doing because it wasn't under a court order. And the support system was not making any fees off of my money that I was already paying. So what happened next? I recognized how if I didn't do something, I would go from my unlimited parenting time to 1 day a week and once every other weekend. Wow, how's that a deal for someone who wants to be an active parent? Reduce you from unlimited time to no time to essentially being blocked out. And then I said, well, tell you what, I want joint physical, joint legal custody, and I want my parenting time entered in the order. and eventually a temporary order was issued, and it raised my support payment to 40% of my net take-home pay. Now, I'm trying to paint a picture here that this didn't do well for a guy who was responsible, who was doing the right thing other than picking the wrong woman. I owned up to my responsibilities. And when I got that order, it also reduced my ability to see the child down to once every other week and once every other weekend. And I was like, well, by design, you know, that was done to set the support payment to a maximum.
Remember, guys, your seed is liquid gold. Your seed is liquid gold. And these women now in modern times are not worthy of your seed, nor your lineage.
And not really leave me with any resources to do anything with the child whenever I had the child. And then the mother started interfering with me seeing the child on the court-ordered days. So eventually I end up calling the police, getting the police involved. And the officer says, sir, I sure wish a lot more men did what you did. You called us up front, you brought us your court order, and I'm sorry to tell you, sir, Mr. Smith, there's nothing I can do about this. This is a civil matter, and you're going to have to take it to court. Eventually, I had a discussion with my pastor's father, and he says, you need to take a paternity test. Huh? He says, I've seen this kind of thing happen to many military men. He was from the Air Force. He talked to me about.
And guys, what some of these women do, these wicked women, they sperm jack you. They take your seed, they take your DNA, and they get thousands of dollars away from you, and they steal your life. And the American government don't care about you, man. So that's why you got to be very careful who you put your seed in, because some of these women are demented and they're highly dangerous.
About the Dear John letter scenario, how men lose family, resources, etc. And you need to take a paternity test. So I agreed to take this test, fully expecting to show him that I was indeed the biological father of this child. And instead, the results came back at 0.0% that I was not the father. Gentlemen and ladies, I have been framed for a pregnancy that I didn't commit, and I had legally admissible evidence to prove that I didn't do it. But by the existence of a baby, somebody did it. Wasn't me. This led to a journey of battling through the courts over a 5-year period, child support lawsuit, 2 bench trials, appeal to the Court of Appeals in the state, appeal to the state Supreme Court, and then an appeal to the United States Supreme Court, because I believe that a fraud had been perpetrated on me, on my family, and on the child. And by the way, what sane man would take the deal to pay child support for a child that's not his, that he can't even see? Think about that for a second. What do I get out of this deal? The right to pay and shut up, so they thought. But there's this rebel in me that says, I'm not going to be silent about this. I'm not going to be quiet about this. So while I was appealing, I recognized that men and boys who were caught in this situation have an extremely difficult time if they can't afford to put down a $25,000 retainer to bring in their own legal hired gun to help them fight back. And my attorney told me we had less than a 10% chance of winning with 2 DNA tests proving that I didn't do it, We subpoenaed the mother and her family members, and only then did we find out she actually got pregnant 6 weeks after I broke up with her. That is not the story that she told. How do you have less than a 20% chance of winning when you can prove you didn't do it? You can prove the other party knowingly and willingly concealed material facts from you that affected your participation. And what are those facts? I'm going to tell you why I call it paternity fraud. Paternity fraud is a lawsuit typically brought by someone like the child's mother or the legal guardian of the child to collect money, benefits, assets, property, while at the same time concealing material facts that there are multiple paternity candidates, or they know for sure that you didn't do it. Think about that for a second. The way the laws work in the United States, and for every country that adopts this type of process of child support to get money established.
And guys, this is what you men have to deal with. This is what you have to deal with, which can lead to a mental health crisis. That's why this space is so important. That's why this space, guys, is so important, because so many of you men have been sperm jacked. If you haven't been sperm jacked, the woman you had a child with thought she was better than you and took away your ability to love your child and to have dominion over your child, which led to a mental health crisis. Shout out to my man Sean Campbell for the 20. Thank you, Sean Campbell, for showing love. You and Fawcett Me are the #1 sponsors of the stream. Sean Campbell said, I have one more year left to pay child support. Going through a motion at the moment. Last year, the baby mama wants to get the max for child support. Wow. That's sad, man. September 2024, I'm out to the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, man. Live your life, brother. Much love and blessings. Much love and blessings. I'm Sean Campbell. Don't blame me, man. These chicks in America are not worth or worthy of your love, a ring, or damn anything, because they have not been raised to be wise. So God bless you, brother. And Sean Campbell, you and Fawcett Media, you guys are the #1 sponsors of the stream. Thank you.
That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
It's the money.
All right, guys, hold tight.
Is that any man or any boy accused of being the father of a child is at risk for paternity fraud, even if he didn't know the mother, even if he never touched her, for one fatal reason. Here's the flaw. The flaw is there is no proof required to be filed by the mother or the legal guardian. There's no proof required that you did it to be submitted with that lawsuit against you. So with that being the case, I'm going to show you how there's actually 4 ways that I've found out and have many clients and victims that have found their way into paternity fraud, including men who didn't know the mother at all, men who had similar names to the biological father, but it wasn't him, it was the other guy, to many married men on my YouTube channel, to many military men who are victims of a thing called incorrect default judgment. I'm doing these presentations, I've been doing these for a couple of decades, and my whole goal is to help make this trap so transparent that Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see this thing. And my hopes is that you'll take something from this presentation, check me out, connect with me, and share this with people who have sons. Share this with men who are going through some difficulties and challenges, because as bad as it is to pay significant portions of your income for children that are yours, that you are not allowed to see and actively thwarted from being able to be an active parent, how much worse is it to find out that they're not even your kids? Can we say that is the ultimate punch in the face? And then for someone to tell you there's nothing you can do about it, and you may as well be quiet. You should just lay on the train tracks and take it. Well, I mentioned that I took it to the U.S. Supreme Court. They had 2 meetings about it, and And
that's what you guys have to do. You have to take the fight to the system instead of letting the system define you and define what you want as a man. You got to take the fight to the system, because you are the prize. Once again, I don't care what the world say. I don't care what this country say, but you are the prize. You might not be the prize in America, but you are the prize when you travel internationally, and you are the prize according to the word of God, because the word of God said that the woman was made for the man, and the woman is the glory of man. So you are the prize. Your seed is the money, and her body is the bank. You are the prize, men. Always remember that.
Justices finally sent back an answer to me, because they wanted to know about something else that I'd done. See, at the same time I was doing that, I talked to my legislators, because I recognize this to be a trap. And unless the law was changed to recognize the substantive rights of men and boys to not be forced, you hear me, forced into surrendering assets, property, cash for another man's child against his will, a child that he didn't adopt, that he didn't participate in assisted pregnancy, in vitro fertilization, like when, the guy knows I can't create him, so he knowingly signs up to let his wife get some from the sperm bank, so he knows right up front, not his biological child. Well, in those scenarios, that guy's not a victim, right? It is called truthful disclosure up front. Well, I lobbied for legislation, and I managed to get a bunch of victims to come out and support the issue, because the more I talked, the more people found out there was somebody doing something about it, and it had happened to them, or it happened to a friend, a family member, someone who was so distraught and devastated that some of them have gone on so far as to have, like one of my clients, commit suicide over being devastated by the family court. Well, I was successful in getting legislation passed where people told me there's nothing you could do about it. So in working with the many people and supporters, we got the bill passed through the House of Representatives 163-0.
And guys, that proves my point that you are the prize. You are the prize, and your seed is very important. And that's why, guys, it's time for men to check out. Don't deal with women in the West in general. We know that there are a few good sisters. Shout out to all the good sisters. Shout out to all the good sisters. But sadly, the majority have not been trained to be wives. They think they're better than you. Most are ran through. Most got kids by other men. A lot got deletions. And some have been with women too. And so you will be a fool to put a ring on a pig. You will be a fool. You will be a fool, guys, to put a ring. Put a ring on a pig. Mr. Ring said only losers run a path or brothers are losers. Well, well, they proud losers. They are proud losers, man. Because you will be a damn fool if you think black men gonna stay in this country and deal with these ran-through women with bad attitudes. And Mr. Reed, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, but it's not like men. Sweetie, a man can't be ran through. Men can't be ran through, sweetie. We can't be ran through. We can be ran down, but we can't be ran through. You can be ran through, but men can't be ran through. Right. Men can't be ran through. But Mr. Reed, you can be ran through. Because you got an orifice. But men can't be ran through. I'm gonna have to clip this. I had to clip this, but men can't be ran through, Mr. Reed. see, some of y'all should have asked your grandmoms what men wanted, because some of you chicks are ran through. Y'all still got DNA from college inside of y'all, man. Yeah, men can't be ran through, sweetie. They can be ran down if they don't take care of their bodies, but they can't be ran through. Because a man has a phallus. And sadly, we know, based on research, not only do women engage in bisexual relationships, they ain't been ran through because most men are not bisexual. But a large majority of women are based on the research. So I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves. Men won't chase women or women with low bodies and women that know how to serve and honor their men. And they can find those women, Mr. Reed, abroad. They can find those women in countries where the women have been trained to respect and honor their men. So men can't be ran through. I'm going to share something with you, Mr. Reed. A man traveling abroad has a higher probability of finding a chaste woman or a virgin versus here in America, because in those countries, they have true patriarchies and the women are taught to respect themselves so that they can get a husband. But see, that's what happened, Mr. Reed, when women get caught up in liberal policies and liberal dogmas. And I'm not against a woman having fun. That's her business. But there's a consequence. You can't give your virtue away and then damn turn around like your girl and want a man to pay full price. It doesn't work that way. Because, Mr. Reed, there's a concept that I created called black love without consent. You have to consent to the black man and ask the black man, what does he want? If you don't consent to the black man, then you can't get the men that you want. And that's why black men that are high status and high value like myself, 6'5", highly educated, if I was a single man, I would not even look at the typical American woman. Because we know that the good ones are far and few in between. And I would be on the first plane to the motherland, Africa, South America, and then down. If I got to Asia, I would get to Asia or even Europe. Because by and large, those women in general are trained to be wives, sadly. She said, and women can be 3 or 4, can men be 3 or 4? Let's be honest. Well, listen, most women, Mr. Reed, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a good question, Mr. Reed. Most women want high status men. Most women want men, Mr. Reed. I'm gonna do a show with that, Mr. I'm gonna clip this and do a show. Most women want men that got experience. Because men that got money and status, I would say in general, women are not tripping over a man's body count. Now, there are some women, if they grew up religious, but in general, they don't care about that. They want a man that got experience. Because if that man got experience and he's high status, that means other women want him. But a man can't be ran through. Because a man got a phallus. Can't be ran through. But a woman can be ran through. Think of it like this. Phallus, hole. You can't run through two phalluses. A phallus can't run through itself. But a phallus can run through a hole. And so, it is what it is. The world forgot to ask men what they wanted. And it's unfortunate because your grandmama knew that, your great-grandmom knew that, and your mother perhaps knew it. But modern women don't know it. And then they come on the end with high expectations, one of the top tier men, like I'm 6'5", 6'6". But then they want the top tier men to put a ring on their finger. And it don't work that way. Robert Platinum said the only way that men can be ran through, the men got penises. Yes, right. Right, we're not the same. Who does the penetration? Who get penetrated? Those that get penetrated are ran through, right? Right. Mr. Reed said most of you men are down low. No, that's not true, Mr. Reed. Maybe you live in Atlanta, but they're not down low. But actually, Mr. Reed, they got studies to prove that a lot of women, sadly, a lot of black women are beaver bumpers. You got a lot of beaver bumpers. A lot of these sisters are beaver bumping. And hey, it is what it is. But see, most guys can look past that. Some guys can look past that because unless a woman using a prophylactic or some type of device, she can't be entered. But most women can't look past a man that's been with another man. So that's a lie, sweetie. The women, the group or the gender that's most bisexual are women. Studies have proved it. Women tend to be more bisexual. Now imagine men said, I can't deal with women that's been with other women. But we don't talk about that, Mr. Reed. So most of you men are down low, so no, sweet, no, that's a lie. Cortez said, Mustard Reed goes to all passport chapters. True. Mustard Reed, there. Men have asked us to play by their rules, but the rules have just changed. Nanobots, transform. I am Kosher Prime, Sentinel, Captain, Advocate for Men. We have crossed a threshold in a time where men are under attack. But if we join forces, we can defeat those that seek to overthrow us in a negative way. Nanobots, transform. No, Mr. Reed, you're wrong, dear. A high-value man can be a high-value man without a woman because money does not determine the status of a woman. Her being chaste, her being feminine, her not being ran through, her not having deletions, her not having kids by other men. High-value men like myself, I don't care about how much money a woman makes. But what I do care about, if she's a woman that has valued herself and respected herself. That's what makes a woman high value. That makes a woman high value. See, the problem, Mr. Reed, is that many women think they determine their value. And a woman can have some value that's symmetrical to what she want. But until that man put a ring on your finger, you have no value. You might have your own personal value that's important to your own worldview. But if you can't secure the man that you want, you have no value. Because men are the buyers and you are the seller. What are you selling? Because men determine who they marry. The man determines that. Yeah, Robert Platt, they beaver bumping, man. A lot of them beaver bump. I'm going to do a show on beware of the. I'm going to do a show called Beware of the Beaver Bumpers. Beware of the beaver bumpers. Hey, James Turner, I'm going to do a show called Beware of the Beaver Bumpers. Hold tight. Let me look. I'm gonna share this for Miss. Hold on a minute. But yeah, I would say, Misty, go do the research because they said 23% of young black women now identify as bisexual. Yeah, they are identified, Mr. Reed, as bisexual. Mr. Reed, if you want to, dear, you can come up and have a conversation, Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed, you can come up and have a conversation, dear. I won't attack you. So, guys, don't be mean to Misty. I want to hear her point of view. I'm gonna drop this for Mr. Reed. This is for Mr. Reed only. Mister, you can come in, dear. I'm not gonna hurt you. I promise you. I respect you. I just want to hear your point of view. But like Jay Shaw said, a man can't be a 3 or 4. Most women know full well that they are supposed to be virgins before marriage. Yes. Now, who in the hell doesn't know that fact? Stop playing. So, Mister, I'm not going to disrespect you, dear. You can come in if you want to, and we can have a conversation. Because I'm not going to disrespect you. Even though you said that black men are down low, which is sad, but you disrespected black men. You said black men are down low. But Mister, come on in. Let's have a conversation. I ain't got nothing against you, dear. And make sure you cam up, Misty. According to Robert Platinum, he said black women use their natural high testosterone. Yeah, I can see that. You can come up, Misty. I would love to hear your point of view. Yeah, James. Bro, James, a lot of beaver bumping going on, man. A lot of beaver bumping. You will be surprised the chicks have been beaver bumping, man. But they want to say you brothers are down low. But come on up, Misty. I'd love to hear you on the panel, Misty. Mister, you can come up and have a conversation. Link has been dropped. But guys, in the meantime, go get your tickets until Misty come up at the Black Mansfield Conclave.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Now, Mr. Reed said, are we going to shame, blame, explain tonight? She said we attack her. I don't have nothing against Mr. I would love for Mr. to have a conversation. And Mr. said, we're being disrespectful. Mr. said, guys, we are being disrespectful. Now, this is delusional because only losers run and passport brothers are losers. And there Mrs. somewhere laughing to herself. My goodness, man, the delusion, guys, is unreal. The delusion, guys, is unreal, man. The delusion is unreal. But I would love to have Mr. came here. I didn't disrespect no one. Mr. said she didn't disrespect no one. Why us name calling? That's mature. Missy sound like a cave woman there, guys. But guys, we just saw. That's why I told you they're crazy as hell, man. Missy sound like a cave woman. Now Missy came in here disrespecting, man. She said if women can be 304s, men can be 304s too. Oh my God, man. And then Missy said that most of you men are down low. So Missy came here disrespecting men, but became the victim. It became a victim. And Misty, ma'am, I'm sorry, dear, but that's cognitive dissonance, ma'am. That's cognitive. Men are down low, but we know it's a lot of beaver bumping going on. I'm going to make a song about beaver bumping. I'm going to get with my boy and make a song about beaver bumping. Shout out to my man Passport OG. He said Alpha Male strategy, just apologize to the people. I'm gonna do a show on that. He said Alpha Male strategy, just apologize to the passport, bro. Let that sink in. This while Janelle Monáe is singing Water Slide.
Hello, lucky person. You got the number right because you are talking to kid a dynamite.
Yeah, I'm gonna address that.
You're dynamite.
I'm waiting for Mystic because I ain't going to attack Mystic. Shout out to my man, The Quiet Storm. He said, for tonight's therapy session, Media Man breakdown of this space was masterful after TLA covered it about 5 months ago. I'm interested to hear it from your clinical point of view. Send it to me, The Quiet Storm, and I'll break it down from a clinical perspective. I'll break it down, man. But guys, Passport Brothers are winning. I got a good show coming up. But I got a good one, man. Because I think Alpha Male Strategy is trying to change his market. And thank you, The Quiet Storm, and that's a deal, right? Thank you, brother.
That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Got 5 on it.
Oh my God, we about to sign off, man. I wanted Misty to come up, but she didn't come up. But, I ain't got no smoke for Misty. But guys, this is why men are getting passports, and this is why men are getting women from other countries, man, because the delusion is unreal.
When you date a woman and she may be a potential wife, it's a competition thing all the way. I can't take it no more.
They feel propped up because they feel more beholden to the government. And then their man comes second. That's why they figure that they're strong, independent, don't need no man because they have the government.
Because the men are failing us, to be honest. Guys thinking about themselves and they'll think about you after you react.
You don't hear anything about being good wives and all the other stuff. What you hear is you strong and you independent. You can do it on your own. You got black girl magic, black girl rock, but you ain't said nothing about black family.
My mother is like what they consider to be the strong black woman. I feel like I projected that onto the guys that I dated.
Ladies have no idea how stiff their competition really is. You have no clue how black men are viewed in the rest of the world. We are the #1 most sexually desired man on the face of this planet.
They would call Jesus Dusty if he was here living in America because of the gross narcissism that a lot of our women have.
Yeah, they would call Jesus Dusty and probably call the good Lord something else that I'm not going to say. They would call Jesus Dusty and call the good Lord something else. Hey, Neil said, Mr. Reed too scared to show her face. She lost her ex to a man from another country. Oh, wow, man. Mr. Reed probably weighs 300 pounds and can't compete with women in other countries. Oh my God. Y'all get the likes up, man. We're going to end the stream, man. I got a good show coming up. I got a good one coming up. I got to figure it out, man. I got to figure it out. I got a good one coming up. Y'all going to love this. And guys, Passport Bros, we up. Shout out to my man J3. He said, keep up the great content. Thank you, J3.
Hello,
I appreciate it, brother.
You got the number right, because you are talking
I appreciate it,
kid.
brother. I got a good one. I might pull up an upset tomorrow. Might be Friday. But yeah, man, yeah, men are waking up, man. Men are waking up. And yeah, they're waking up, man, because believe it or not, Jesus would not have been good enough for the typical modern woman. To guys that came in, studies are saying that the typical modern woman only thinks only 20% of men are good enough. But remember, they look down on average men and they want the top tier men. But the problem is these women are average to subpar women, and they don't understand that their sexual market value is all that matters to men, not their money. Your money doesn't matter to a man. It's your SMV. If you ran through, you got kids by multiple men, you got multiple deletions, and if you've been beaver bumping, you don't qualify. And some have a problem with that. They want to have their fun, and they want to have good men. But if I was a single man, there's no way in hell I would deal with the typical woman. If I was a single man, I would get a woman from the motherland, South America, or some other country. But it's no way in hell I would deal with the typical one. Based on how these women treat men, emasculate them, I would be gone, guys. So, guys, once again, this has been a good one, guys. We're about to sign off. And, guys, I need y'all to understand this. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. There are 7 steps that a man must go through in order to become optimized. And knowing that modern women are highly hypergamous and modern women are beaver bumpers is all you need to know if you're trying to get you a traditional woman. All right, guys, be well. And guys, once again, we don't hate black women. We hate their behavior.
I love black women. I love decent, hardworking, God-fearing black women who support their families.
Yes, sir.
I don't like degenerate, lying, false testify giving women who put their man on child support, even though he's been paying for you, and then turn around and lie to the court and say you're a deadbeat daddy and who alienate their children from their father. I don't like those type of women. And I will call them to the mat each and every time for their lies and their disparaging statements about black men, largely because what? That's what a father does. See, my sons turn 18, they will inherit the mantle of black men.
Right.
And all the negativity and the tropes that go with it. And it's not fair for my children, for my babies, to inherit that trope because they didn't do anything. They're innocent, as I said earlier.
So I would tell you, hey, y'all just would be like, lead line. I'm looking at it. Just to date and have it different experiences. You will have experiences abroad that you will never have in the United States. Not in your lifetime. Not if you could have 1,000 births. If you could be born 1,000 times, you would not have these experiences in the United States.
That's crazy.
I don't get one look. I should really, there's a part of me, because I'm a content creator. There's a part of me, there's a person, and there's a part of me that wants to bring this, I want to bring this person on so she could tell you about my time in Mexico, because y'all weren't going to believe me if I started telling you this shit. I got some stuff that I would tell you, and y'all just would be like,
thing. He said it's a comedy skit.
But he didn't say it was a comedy skit. I don't know that.
But I told you I wasn't. But
okay, and I let it go.
You didn't let it go.
I'm not talking about it. You are. I don't give a fuck if you was a pimp or not.
But I don't give a. You keep asking me stupid shit.
I did not.
Why do you keep
what
asking
other
me
stupid shit do I ask you? What other stupid shit do I ask you?
Bring your fucking voice down.
No, you don't talk to me like that.
Bring your voice down.
No, you don't talk to me
you
like
bring
that.
your
You're
voice
not my
down.
daddy, though.
You can leave. You can leave. You can leave.
Oh
You can leave. There you go. No. Let her go. No. Let her go. Go ahead. Bye bye. Go. You go.
No.
There you go. No, you can leave. Go ahead.
Why are y'all doing this?
You good. We good. Thank you. Have a good day, sweetie.
What is going on? How did this
all right. No. It's good. There you go.
Oh my God. What in the world?
There you go.
What just happened?
It was time for her to bounce.
Oh my God. Maybe
I know that. Out of respect to minorities. What the fuck? Stop! I want to get another air right now. You punching air, probably swinging around eating some bananas. Fucking stupid bitch. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch.
And why is she going to end up with a poor mate? Because we as black men are not raising black boys to be the men that our women need. If we're going to be men, the first thing we got to do is take responsibility for why our women feel the way they feel.
I want you to listen to what this Negro has to say.
Of a white guy who married a black woman with black children. And in this video, the white guy was clowning black men and saying, you think I can't raise black boys? I raise them better than y'all do.
This is type of woke shit that I'm talking about right here that makes white men like Nick Fuentes get on the internet and be comfortable saying nigger. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is. This is why motherfuckers like this are dangerous. And we've let these Negroes go on too long saying whatever they want to say. All this anti-black male rhetoric is what it is.
We got too many PhDs screaming they woke. Sleep on the land and take us off for a joke. The blacks I see, immigrants, tap dancing, nigga shit. Homie, he ain't black like me. Ancestors fought and died with no guns. You hear disrespect and speak with a forked tongue. We march for togetherness. All we really seeing is a bunch of sellout motherfuckers round here don't tell the shit. Separate better shit. We don't fuck with it, trick them celibate. Tell it to the donkey and the elephant. Here for the benefits. Damn right, talking to you immigrants. Over here acting like you innocent. In your homeland, you don't fuck with blacks. But getting handouts and money off our tax. And we ain't getting shit but some feel good talk. And young black men outlined in white chalk. Time to spark change, the kind folks see. Produced by Baz, inspired by Uncle D. Give black men a voice. The only Umars on Friday. And trust me, our doctor ain't voice. My people rejoice. My lyrics ain't shooting and killing the black man. Make a motherfucking choice. What niggas do for money, clown and act a fool. Wearing dresses, finessing money just for a school. Tell it to these coons on a plantation, made it a celebration. Everybody to Zoom, blizzard in the room. So bundle up, trick. It's cold outside and he ain't taking no shit. This is why they hate us. Blood run deep, a generation of traitors. They wanna see us weak, you ain't a part of the family. Cold shoulder, fuck you, black men ain't shit. I'm sure the world will love you. Head down long enough, 50 plus years, you yelling that we ain't strong enough. Took them benefits and ran with it, it's Mayday. Took the kids away and now they Pookie and Ray Ray. This is where we separate.
Word, feel me? We gotta keep our black women safe. Why you got spray paint or what's the name?
Like, you keep this shit moving, bro. We don't play like that, bro. Like, that's
Okay,
me, bro. I don't give
okay, bro. We don't play like that.
About, my nigga? Like, look at your van, my nigga. This is some weird shit. Don't come talking around this shit, my nigga. Like,
Word,
nah,
some other shit. What the fuck?
What's the name of the block? I don't know. Bro, get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Real shit, bro. And keep it going fast, bro.
Yo, that's some crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Get it understood, cause real black men wish a motherfucker would. So buck if you want to. On the next flight, we do whatever we want to. Blizzard King coming, everybody favorite uncle.
You got niggas with degrees enabling these motherfuckers by perpetuating these lies and negativity about black men. Most of you black men don't have kids. You ain't even got no wife. 31% of y'all are married, 51% of you don't have kids, and you're not married. That's 82% of black men who ain't did shit or are doing it the right way. It's 18% of men out there with children outside of wedlock. And of that group, they are better fathers than men of other races who are married to their women. Right. You black men are outstanding. You hear me? You are winning. Fuck what these PhD ass niggas are saying. You are winning. You are doing a great fucking job, especially considering what you had to do and deal with historically. Especially that. Nobody's saying that. These lying motherfuckers, man.
Dennis Sperling. This person has been negatively targeting black women negatively on social media. And it seems as though ever since Kevin Samuels died, he's been trying to, I don't know if he wants to be the next Kevin Samuels, if he wants to be the next person who's famous for disparaging black women and for making someone try to feel a certain way, particularly black women.
First they had Weight Watchers, now you got hate watchers. Let's get it. This is for my lovely young ladies like I hate. Blizzard King, Dennis Sperling. First let's get the record straight. I say it online, I can say it to your face. Not a bully, I'm just mean, know what I mean, no debate. It's time to put some motherfucking knowledge on your plate. Excuse me if I'm vulgar, but a king ain't sweet like cake. Holding court, live in court, ladies, you just need a taste of what we been through. Judge will set you up for grape. And I ain't talking Numa, I would not put on a cake. I do not confuse shit, we all got a face. Reality, you woofing on your men like you an ape. My job is protecting black men up in the space, and also putting rude bitches back up in their place. Cross-examination, yeah, I look good to the race. Man, be a man, nigga, say it with your chest. Cause soft-spoken men, these lovely ladies don't respect. I can care less, I do not do this for checks. I do this for my sons and the black men I invest. It's time to get what I was, ladies, gotta pay your debt. You're working with the same men who put it round our necks. You're not my sister, not my kind, you a threat. When the weather change, I hope you bitches feel dead. Let this be reminders to the ones who disrespect. We are God's chosen men. When you say Jesus, you mean us.
The only Jesus I know is him, and the one thing he don't need is a partner.
Shut the fuss, we discuss with your fuckery. Past 100 years, you ain't loving me. Who was on the front line fighting? Yeah, fuck is me. Building all them black towns? Yeah, fuck is me. Kicking rides off Michael Brown? Yeah, fuck is me. Now you wanna put us underground? Not to fuck with me. Change your plans, baby, you can be replaced. Let freedom reign. No sunny white days, Martin Luther King. Single mama program chip for the simp queen. Mother goddess only gon' destroy us. It's the Blizzard King. Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. The Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. It's the Blizzard King. Hate watch on the Blizzard King.
They say that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.
Before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet,
When my friends go, it was simple. When the ends low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, then I strike. I go hard day and night, I go hard day and night. 1 to 1, no surprise. See the hate in their eyes. My brother's blood money bleed. I got the game in the squeeze. What would you do for some green? What would you do for some blues? Go pick and choose the family the cheese. Some people not built like that. Some people get killed like that. Pressure like water, lights, mortgage, I'm paying that bills like that. Now I got kids like that. No wonder why I feel like that. Some people go to war for nothing. Me, I go to war for something.
before there was the manosphere, I was. Before there was the internet, I was.
When the end's low, switch the tempo. I got right, I got heart, I won't die, I'ma fight. I go down, bet I strike, I go hard day and night. Money on the line, keep calling. Money on the books, need all that. My kids, they'll be ballin'. Got a real bankroll, not for Instagram. My mama on the line, keep calling. Praying for me, know I need all that. Told me it's not about ballin'. Real blessed, but I'm still sinning, man. What would you do for a win? What would you do for your friends? What if this life is a foe? What if it all pretend? What if you wrote to the end? What if you started again?
Fire! The kosher clinician.